Hi, everyone. Welcome to the session. Hearty welcome for our session here, which is called Yoga and Holistic Health with Victoria Chandrasekharan. And she's joining us from Dubai, originally from Budapest, Hungary, and these days living in Dubai with her Indian husband. As you can see, she's a beautiful, gorgeous yoga teacher, and also she's the teachers of teacher with Sri Sri Yoga School of Europe. She has been practicing yoga and meditation for the last 16 years and teaching these courses as well. But yoga enthusiastic as a yoga teacher, she is honoring this practice and sharing with people all over the world for the last 8 years. So, very hearty welcome, Victoria, to the session today and giving us your time on a Sunday morning. We are really honored to have you with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Manisha. Welcome, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with you today.
So to start with some questions, we have received some questions from people here. And the very first one, which I am also very much curious about, is what exactly is yoga? Are these just the stretches or there is more to it? What does yoga mean?
So let's start at the beginning. Yoga means union. When the mind is scattered all over the place, all our different aspects of our existence is not in harmony. That's not what yoga is. Yoga is bringing the union in all of our facets to our existence. The body, the breath, the mind, the emotions, to reach a very harmonious state. And of course, there are so many different definitions of yoga. Everyone can pick and choose which is their favorite. But for me, what I am with these days is restraining the thought waves of the mind is yoga. This is just one of the definitions.
And so would you say that, so where does these stretches come into the picture when you are talking about this union of body, mind, breath, emotions, or even our thoughts? Where does this yoga mat comes into the picture, or could you elaborate on that, please?
Yes, of course. You said you started also with the body. That's where the asanas practice is coming into the picture, because the body is designed to move. That's the best thing that we can do to the body, to move. And when we do these stretches, the asana practice, that's when a lot of toxins, I would say, a lot of tension and stress is going to relieve from the body. And if we want to see what yoga does, of course, it has lots of benefits, and through different practices, which is asanas, just the most commonly everybody knows that. Then there are pranayamas, breathing techniques. There is meditation. That's the culmination of all the practices that we do to reach samadhi. Then there are different values where we can organize ourselves to lead a very beneficial life, to lead a good life for ourselves and for the society also. Just in very simple terms, taking care of the body, the prana inside of us, the knowledge, the emotions, to have a blissful state.
Okay, thank you very much. So, did you say that this pranayam and meditation also are part of the yoga?
Yes, if we look at the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, the eightfold path of yoga starts with yamas, niyamas, the social ethics, personal ethics, then pranayama, the breathing techniques, asanas, Then we start turning the attention inwards. We start focusing the mind, and then we let go of the focus. We slip into meditation, and then we reach the end goal. So all this is yoga. I do not know if you are interested more in one or the other aspects, because
Yeah, sorry.
it's just in the Eightfold Path of Yoga, asanas is just one small portion of it. There are 7 more different ways that we can work on ourselves.
Oh, beautiful. So does it mean that yoga doesn't happen only on the yoga mat? It could be spread it to through our day as well, or yoga is just what we do on our yoga mat for 20, 30, 40, 1 hour.
This is such a lovely question. I also get this one a lot. I don't like to differentiate yoga on the mat or off the mat in that sense, because yoga is a way of life for me. We carry yoga wherever we are, whether on the yoga mat or when we are having a discussion, just like right now, or when we are cooking our food, or driving the car, or traveling by plane. Yoga is every time with us. It is how we can be in an equanimous state, how we are not getting thrown off balance, or when we are thrown off balance because life is such, then we are able to come back in a very quick way, so that we are more centered and we are more authentic. We are in harmony with who we are, what we feel, and we speak accordingly.
So beautiful. Thank you so much, Victoria. Now, one more question I want to ask you, so you are the faculty with Sri Sri School of Yoga Europe, and you also teach these courses, and the one we already have this weekend coming up for Belgium, and because it's online, so anywhere people can join from. It's the Sri Sri Yoga Foundation program. So could you say more about what all is included in this program? Like, I know this festive season is coming, and most of us would be indulging in all the excuse to have the chocolates and cakes. And in Belgium, we also have these lovely waffles and whatnot. So, how would you what all is included in this course? Should I spend all of my money buying the gifts for people around, or should I save some money for this course as well? Let's say. How would you recommend? Not just as a yoga teacher, but also your personal recommendation. Thank you.
Again, this question has multiple layers. So let me start with something that I'm also very fond of, chocolate. With one of my colleagues, we can reach from chocolate to the highest knowledge, because we both love chocolate. So when we have our personal conversations, we can go really deep. So chocolate is also good in moderation. Like, we can have everything in moderation. Of course, on the foundation program, we talk about food. We start observing how the food affects the mind, how when we are eating fresh food, it aids us in helping more calm in the mind, or when we are having tea or coffee, how it affects us, maybe not so calm. So depending on what we want to achieve in life, and I think in these times, peace and calmness, Christmas times coming, wanting to be with the family, wanting to be the best of ourselves for others, for our family. I would say be selfish so that you can be selfless. Yeah, definitely. We will speak about some knowledge, the different definitions that I mentioned earlier in the conversations. So different definitions of yoga, we will speak a little bit, and how we are built up as a human being, because we have the body, we have the thoughts, but we know that we are not the body, we are not the thoughts. We have emotions, but we are not the emotions. We are all a combination of this, and how we are functioning on each of these layers. We will discover a little bit more about that. we will learn breathing techniques, because when we breathe more, then we get not just oxygen for good brain function, but a lot of energy also. And when we are more energetic, that's when small things don't really bother us. And in the Christmas shopping rush, I think we will need that too.
Mm.
When we are standing in the queue or people are really impatient and maybe elbow us. So, yeah. Then we will do asanas practice each and every day. We start from a very beautiful sequence. Every day we add and modify a little bit. So by the end of the fourth day, we will be able to follow a 1 hour practice at home. It's a set sequence which really moves the body, works on the subtle body as well. Um, yeah, becoming more powerful and strong.
Wonderful. I love the quote from you, be selfish too before we become selfless. Huh? Just putting some time on ourselves, investing on ourselves, on the yoga mat, off the yoga mat, and then being there for people to serve, to be selfless service. Wonderful. So you just said that yoga is at the physical level, and also on this 1 hour practice, what our participants will get from the foundation program. It's a 1 hour yoga practice on the yoga mat, and it will be working on our physical body and also on our subtle body. So I have two questions here. When you say the physical body, does it mean it will help me to and I must confess that I have got this corona belly these days, so will it help me to bring down the corona belly? And also muscle, also the tone the muscle, so that when I have to lift something heavy, I can do it by myself instead of asking help from the people around. And the second question I want to ask, like, what is the subtle body, which you just mentioned, that the 1 hour being on yoga mat, it will help the subtle body as well. So if you could elaborate on these two. Thanks.
Sure. I think many of us have this corona belly, you called it. I think it's a very apt definition. Yes, it can help. Of course, how much ever we are able to do in the asanas practice, we just put our effort. And it's a good beginning. It's a good beginning to start a good routine for our own health. And yoga is not a quick fix in the sense that you do it 4 times, 4 consecutive days with the foundation program, and then you will be looking like a supermodel. But it starts a good balanced practice, which is sustainable. Of course, you can already feel how the muscles are getting toned even after the first session. And since we are doing Yoga Nidra, a beautiful relaxation at the end, all the goodness of the asanas practice will seep deep into the body. What it means is that we might not even get muscle ache for the next day, even though we are doing a good workout on the physical level. Another thing is we will do Kapalbhati pranayama as well. It's one of the detox processes also in yoga. So it's not just a breathing technique, it's more like a detox technique. And it has a side effect of slimming the waistline. So that's double beneficial. And you asked about the subtle body. In very simple terms, what we can say is that it's the inner faculties and how the energy is moving inside of us. In very, very simple terms, just to observe the sensations and what is really going on. Yeah, because as I mentioned, we are not just the body, but when we feel that something is happening, maybe in the heart region, or something is, I'm sitting for meditation, and suddenly my back is paining. You know, this is this is going a little bit more deeper, but on this level now, very simple terms, our inner faculties, just becoming aware of what is happening inside of us.
Okay, lovely. Let me see if we have any questions from the people who registered for the session. So yes, there is this question. We are talking about the program which you're offering this coming weekend, starting on Thursday and finishing on Sunday. 2 weekdays and weekend. I think quite a good balance between the weekday and weekend, equal amount of days on weekdays and weekend. It's called the foundation program. Does it mean there is something, I mean, it's the foundation of something on which something would be laid upon later on, or yeah, we are just curious, what does this foundation means, or what does the name of the program itself means?
What participants will get is a holistic program that they can continue practicing at home. It really lays the foundation for yoga practice. Because some of us might come with the concept, as you mentioned in the beginning, that yoga is happening only on the yoga mat, which is not true. So we get all the glimpses into the holistic view of yoga, which is the authentic way of looking at what yoga is. It's a path of self-discovery. It's a journey towards the self, to really know who we are and what we are made up of, and what we want in our lives, why we are here. So all these existential questions, we start discovering bit by bit, layer by layer. What was the second part of the question?
Like
the foundation.
Yeah,
yes.
What is this foundation for?
Yeah, so when the foundations are solid, that's when we can aim high. So when we want to reach higher, the foundations have to be solid. So the deeper we go, the higher we will reach. So it doesn't matter if someone is very new to the yoga practices, or someone has been to a few classes already, or been practicing for many years. It is always good to come back to the beginning, to the starting point, and going over again and again, because we never know, something really can just unlock at that moment. And even if you find that the asanas that you've been practicing again and again for years, when we do it with awareness, it's always new, because we are always new. The body is always in the present. The breath is always in the present. So we can just discover, okay, how is my body today? Oh, yesterday I was able to bend more. Today, oh, something is stuck. And who knows, we are able to release so many things from the body level, from emotions. And maybe we will get a glimpse into our thought patterns as well, as we keep observing. Becoming really mindful. And when we are mindful, as I said, even in the most simple asana, we can reach infinity.
Wonderful. It's really profound the way you explain. Thank you so much. No wonder you are the teacher of teachers, Sri Sri School of Yoga Europe. We are so grateful to have you with us. And I think we can't wait enough to be on the yoga mat with you when you are guiding us this coming weekend. One last question, if I could ask. You just mentioned that doing our asanas with awareness. So does it mean that when I am on the yoga mat and I am doing one particular posture, I should not be having thoughts? Because sometimes I am on the yoga mat and I'm doing the postures, but one after another, but my mind is still everywhere. So does it mean that it's not a yoga practice, or like, did I fail somewhere already?
when you catch yourself that the mind is running around, that's when you're bringing the mind back to the moment. Because body, breath, and mind being together is what we are practicing. So it's okay. Initially, maybe in first few months, even first few years, mind can be wandering. But again and again, bring it back to the breath and to the body so that we are able to be with what is and not just fantasizing or thinking or planning and that's why the meditation practice is a must at the end of every yoga session. That is the culmination. That's when we are able to transcend, to really reach the center point of who we are. Without meditation, a yoga practice is not complete. And many people just stop before the cherry on the cake.
Oh. And on the same line, we have the question here. I think you mentioned that this 1 hour yoga practice also culminates with yoga nidra. So is that the meditation? What is yoga nidra?
Oh, yoga nidra is simply a sleep of the yogi. And how do yogis sleep? With awareness. So it's simply we will just lie down on the back and we take the attention to different body parts. And there's a secret that I normally share. Shall I share now?
Yes, we all want to know all the secrets.
So when we take the attention to different body parts, then we are not only giving attention and energy to that body part, but we are able to realize that we are not the body. So we start coming back to a more proper identification. Otherwise, we think that we are the body. And then here, just a little bit of distancing starts happening. So the identification of the body slowly starts losing its significance. We will be able to discover the other levels of what we are made up of. So we take the attention to different body parts in Yoga Nidra, and all the benefits of the asanas practice and the pranayamas will just really seep deep into the system. And of course, we will do cooling down pranayama and meditations at the end.
Okay. So looks like a complete package that we start with the asanas. We also talk about this weight reduction pranayama, this Kapalbhati pranayama, which we all need during the festive season and anyway to reduce the corona belly. And then there is this cooling pranayama also. So I think we can. Do you think this cooling pranayama can also be used during when we have like really hot summer? Like sometimes in Belgium, we have 30-degree plus and people are like really needing something to cool down. Yeah, I think it would be appropriate to use then also the cooling pranayama to cool down the body.
Cooling pranayama is for bringing again balance back after a good asanas practice when the body is warm. It helps to cool down. Of course, there are pranayamas which regulate the body temperature. If you let's see what the group wishes, because we can practice heating pranayama also because it's winter time. So let's see, we can do both ways.
Okay, wow, wonderful. So during winters, if we don't want to feel too cold, we can use the
That's what we
pranayama.
can do too. And we meet in the summer, so we learn something more for cooling.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, thank you, Victoria. I think I am so much looking forward to this program and our viewers as well. And we will be sharing this video, this recording everywhere, so people will be able to see what fits them and which time zone they are in, and they're in their respective country or wherever, whichever form they want to learn this authentic yoga practice. from Sri Sri School of Yoga Europe. So with this, I would like to thank you so much for your time, and do look forward to become a perfect yogi like yours, or a perfect yogini like you, the gorgeous yogini, I would say. So thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Manisha, for this invitation and inviting me for Belgium for the foundation program. Looking forward to being with you, because I think we can let everyone know that you will be there as well as assistant, one of the assistants. Just something about the body. You know what I always tell to the participants who come on my class? That love your body first. Because how do we want to live in this when we don't like it? When we don't like something, we want to move away. So love the body. That's one. And about perfection, we start from one level of perfection and we progress to a greater level of perfection. Isn't it more relieving? So really looking forward to the foundation program on Thursday. And over to you.
Yes. Okay, thank you so
much. Really.
See you soon on Thursday itself then with the course. Yeah. Thank you, Victoria. Thanks.
Thank you so much.